Why is it getting so big? Anyhow, there you go. That's it cut. All the chines are into it. You can cut the chines out if you want and fill them with peanut butter. I think it's a waste. And this way you get a better bond. That took all of about, from the time we screwed it, or when I started screwing it on, to that was about 18 minutes. The long part obviously is going to be climbing in the boat 6 or 7 times, fitting it, or you can just take your saws and your buffer wheels in there. And then another thing that I like to do, here's my pencil, is the plug on this one is right around my head out here, right about here. So once I get it fitted proper, I'll mark where the plug is, and then I'll actually cut that out of there. And then the reason I do that is because I'll peanut butter around. See if I got a piece of it up here. I'm gonna have to get some more of that. Anyway, it's 1 inch. Oh, I think I got some right here. No. It's 1 inch pipe, PVC or ABS, whatever you want. It will stick to that, but it's the same diameter as this. So when you're all done, you can just pound out the plastic, cut it out with your Sawzall, and slide your plug in. Sikaflex the crap out of it, and that way you'll never have any wood near your plug. And then again, like I said, each piece that you put in, you can still kind of see it in here. Every piece that you lay up, you do one at a time, peanut butter and all that, and then you can see that's a layer from there, across and over, and then there's another one there, across and over, and this one's going to have 4 pieces of 1/2 inch, so it'll have 4 different layups, so 2 inches over each layup as you go. And that's the easiest way to do a transom. But make sure that that one fits perfect before you start cutting the rest off, because you'll save yourself a shit ton of time. And then just do your corresponding layups. We're going to do thin layers of glass between each piece, and that's your transom. It'll probably take you 2 or 3 days to get it all done, depending on the temperature and how fast you can get it to kick, whether or not you got somebody helping you, and also if you have cordless tools or not, so you don't climb in and out of that boat. If you're climbing in and out of that boat, you're looking at probably half a day just to get the first one to fit proper. I also wanted to mention this boat had plugs everywhere. So we're just going to get some 1 inch dowel resin to sand all that out of there, grind it all out with a die grinder or something. These holes too. And we'll put some glass and resin in there and plug those, and then when we're all done, we'll skim coat the whole back. We're going to leave the inboard in this one, so that we'll just be cutting around this. That'll be nice and easy. This was a plug right here, so that's going to go. This one was the bilge. We're going to move that to the side, so if ever he puts a pot on here, we can easily just send it over there, just because nobody wants to be spraying their outboard. And this one was a dud, so we're going to put a plug in that as well. You can put your plugs in before or after, doesn't matter, because you're going to be laying up fiberglass. So probably put it in after, and you just take your Sawzall and, or you can cut it perfect and put it in there. Just make sure any big hole like this one, not so much these little guys, but this one you want to put a little layer of glass on. You'll grind through the gel coat down to your glass, cut a piece to fit into perfect, and then what you'll end up doing is you won't have a depression there. The glass will be inset to the gel coat, and away you go. Bob's your uncle. We have now got 14 hours into doing that grinding of that transom, so I'm not going to bother posting that because it was just endless. I'm still actually not done pulling out the air pockets, so I'm not going to put that on here. But yeah, there's an easy way to do a transom. Again, it's all repeat after this. Now once you get it in there perfect, it's all repeat. I will do the first one and the last one probably on here, and then yeah, that's the transom done. Then we start sistering in those stringers, and I got enough plywood I can do the front of the floor while we're waiting for stuff to kick at the back, and it pretty much comes together pretty fast here until you end up with this. Now this one I don't have all the parts for, so it's going to take a bit longer, but that one I got all the seats and everything, so Once that floor is down, we'll get everything totally glassed up and lay the floor boxes back into it, glass them in. That's pretty much it. All the little hatches in the front, we just tab them back in, and then plumbing, and she's done. Right on. So we won't see you for a bit, as like I said, everything's repetitive from here on out. So any new step that I do, I will definitely show you guys.